Hello, everybody. It is another episode of the Uncanny Spirits Club, and we're continuing our short little series on beers. The next one I have for you is one that's been around for a while. It's not something particularly new, but I don't remember if I've ever had it before. I may have, but not since I've been doing reviews. So, this is, of course, if I can get it right for the camera, Shiner Bock. Shiner Bock. A Bock is a kind of beer. I think it's semi-dark, not as dark as a stout or a porter, but darker than a lager. I think it is in the ale family, and Shiner Bock proudly says every drop of Shiner is brewed in Shiner. Every drop of Shiner beer is brewed in Shiner, Texas, population 2,069, by local craftsmen who take pride in our little brewery and our classic Shiner Bock. This American-style Bock has a clean flavor and a slightly sweet finish. We hope you enjoy drinking it as much as we enjoyed making it. There you go. So we're going to pop that open and see what we can do with it. Got my little bottle openers here. Actually, they're on my can openers. Got the bottle opener on my can opener. I have other actual bottle openers around, but this is what's convenient. It's my house. It's my kitchen. I'm gonna use it if I want to. Purists out there being like, "You're trying to do that." Are they? I don't know. Maybe nobody cares. Probably nobody cares. Whatever. Anyhow, I'm in a mood. I'm gonna go ahead and pour the Shiner Bock. And as of this video, is getting close to 4th of July here in the United States, here in Canton, Ohio. So that means there are fireworks being shot off outside because they start like 2 weeks ahead of time around here. That's Ohio for you. Put that down there. And it's a nice dark brown color. I like that. Nice dark, just slightly reddish. You can kind of see a little bit of settling, but not as much. I mean, I think it looks better in person than it does on the screen there. But nice looking, real nice looking. Let's take a sniff. Smells hoppy. Definitely smells hoppy. Smells a little bit like a wheat beer, almost. But we're going to see how this goes down the hatch. Real hoppy. Almost a little salty. No jokes, please. It's not that kind of show. It reminds me almost instantly of a sourdough pretzel. Although this isn't particularly like sourdoughy necessarily, but definitely very pretzely. It's a joke that a certain British car enthusiast made on a cooking show once, that a good beer makes you want to eat pretzels, and good pretzels makes you want to drink beer. So this is kind of the best of both. And I've got pretzels here, so I'll probably be hungry for some while I'm drinking this. Yeah. Real hoppy, not in a way, not in like an IPA kind of way. Nicely settled, not too sour, not too sharp. It's just a good solid beer. And it does put me in the mood for some pretzels. This is definitely a snacking beer. This is a beer that you would have with snacks. This is a beer that you would take over and have at a buddy's house or whatever other group gathering. Watch a sports event or WrestleMania, as I've done, or things like that. Go hang out and have just a casual hangout. It's heavier than a lager, so it'll take you a little bit to go through it, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think that's a bad thing. Let's see. Does this have Cats are in there fighting now. Does this have a... It doesn't have an alcohol per volume listed on the bottle that I can see, which is fine. There's probably a standard on most beers that don't list it. So you know how some craft beers are like, oh, it's 6.2% or it's 8.5% alcohol per volume, and stuff like Bud Light doesn't, or Coors, or whatever. Probably there's a standard among most other non-real heavy craft beers, and I just don't know what it is. Now, an interesting thing, as I'm sitting here, and it's settled for a while, I'm getting a distinct little bit of almost cinnamon on the palate. A little bit of cinnamon almost, which I don't get while just drinking it straight up. But now that I'm thinking about it, now I do. Now I'm getting a little bit of cinnamon in there, which might be my brain playing tricks on me. Could be. But there we go. That is Shiner Bock. A good beer. I like it. I like it better than the last one. The last one was the I don't even remember what it was called. It was difficult for me to say, and it was a holiday, like a winter beer, and it wasn't really great in my opinion. But it was just nothing to write home about. But this isn't bad. It's not the best that I've ever had, and it's not like I'd still take a nice Guinness over this, but I wouldn't turn this down. If I went to a get together, as I mentioned, and they were watching a sporting event of some kind, I would be less interested in sports, but I would be interested in the beer and snacks. So that's what we've got. Shiner Bock. So it's a good recommend. And again, this was one of the 6 that I got from the Pick 6 at my local grocery store, where it's just loose beers in bottles and cans, either stuff that came from a damaged package and they couldn't sell it as a whole unit, or stuff that came in individually and it was like limited edition or whatnot. And at my local grocery, you get a 6-pack, like an empty 6-pack, and you fill it with 6 beers for $11.99. So not a bad price for all that. So I'm guessing something like this wouldn't fetch for too bad in like a 6 or a 12 of itself. And there we go. That's all we got. So until next time.